Here, co-creator of nextlevelguitar.com. Hope all's going well. Hope your guitar journeys are going famously. Today, I have another lead guitar lesson on connecting scales, arpeggios into some modal playing. And the Dorian mode is great because, especially if you're like a rock or blues player, because you can use it so often and it provides such a cool mood and sound. And we're using a jam track today in the key of G minor. And I'll tell you how you can get that jam track later for free. But it's a G minor 9 chord to a C9 chord. Just a simple 2-chord change, kind of a funky rock kind of vibe like you heard in the intro. And we're soloing over that using G minor pentatonic and blues over all the chords. And we're also using the G Dorian mode. G Dorian, same as F major. So I'll show you some of the scales we are using. G minor pentatonic and blues scale, right? We were using that one, and you could use the expanded minor pentatonic and blues scale in the key of G. So now the Dorian mode, we're going to add 2 notes basically to minor pentatonic. And the Dorian will look like this. G, A. We're adding the second. And then of course you have your B flat. C, D. We're adding the E note. We're adding that 6th. And F. Now if I play that scale all the way up and down, you could use this shape. So remember, if we start on the D string on the 2nd fret, this Dorian looks like this. If we continue that, you get this. Right? There's another Dorian shape that you can put into your arsenal. Right? There's my G note. I'll show you a cool little arpeggio and ways that we can kind of connect in and out of that scale. Because good arpeggio playing, isn't just playing an arpeggio all the way down and then all the way back up. Just like you really wouldn't play a scale when you're soloing all the way down and all the way back up, right? Good arpeggio playing kind of mixes the arpeggios in with your scales and your licks. And the arpeggio, all an arpeggio is the notes of a chord played separately. And hey, get this jam track so you have some application to practice over, right? It's great musical application. Jam tracks are an invaluable tool for the practicing guitarist. I'm going to give you this one and 5 other ones. 6 jam tracks plus 2 ebooks. One is my jam track coach, where I go over the jam tracks one at a time, all 6 of them, and suggest things to play and stuff to try, sound a little different, and go over the chords and how to figure out what to play over what and why it works. And then I also have another ebook where I diagram out all the scales, so you see all the scales I'm talking about. If you're not sure of them, just flip it to the ebook and you got them. 6 jam tracks, 2 ebooks for free. Let's look at this minor triad, this minor arpeggio, right? A G minor chord is made up of the notes G, the root, the flat 3rd, root flat 3rd, D flat, and 5th D. That's a G minor chord. So if we play those notes one at a time, G, B flat D, we have a G minor arpeggio. All over the fretboard. Right, wherever we want to play it. Okay, so what we want to do is let's diagram out the shape, and I'll show you how we'll kind of alter it to make it musical. Because playing, minor triads like up and down the neck, to me, in my opinion, isn't the most musical thing, isn't the most melodic thing, but when you start combining it with other cool devices, then you really got something cool. So let's do this. Let's play. That's the whole arpeggio. So you have G, B flat, D, then you go to the next G, B flat, D, G, B flat, D, right? Get that under your fingers, but let's do it like this. See, we're adding some melodic half steps in the Dorian mode to kind of take the arpeggio, but not all the way up and down, but more or less play a little piece of it, go into some scale, lick, melodic, then we'll maybe shoot back into Dorian, minor pentatonic, really mixing it up. So here's the lick I want you to try. Okay, notice we're ending on this A note, but I get this nice A to B flat movement, which is our second to flat third, right? Which is in that Dorian mode. And then once I get up to the G on the B string, 8th fret, I slide to the 10th, slide to the 11th, and you can slide back to the 10th. Or use your second finger to get back from the 11th to the 10th. Now, so we're down here, and I want to kind of slide down the neck, get back into maybe some minor pentatonic licks. So we got to kind of, let's use some more of that Dorian to connect. But how are we going to do it and not sound like we're going to stop, come back over here, right? So why don't we use some slides, like you heard me play the lick in the intro. Sliding along one string is a cool way to move around the neck, and it kind of looks kind of cool too. It sounds cool and it looks cool. Who could beat that, right? So I get this. So I'm on the B string, so then go to the G string and just slide into that D note at the 7th fret. And then slide to the 5th fret. Then to the 3rd fret. So we're sliding from our D, C, B flat. There's that B flat and A again, right? So, and each time I'm kind of coming down further and sliding back. It's not an exact science, so you don't have to grab any particular fret because you're sliding so quick it'll sound in key. So when I get to that 2nd fret, you can even bend it. A half step, bending to the A. So here's the whole thing slow so far. And then 3rd fret on the F note, slide to the G, which is our root note. And then let's just go right down the minor pentatonic and blues scale. And on our low G, so I'm just going right down the scale. So you get this. Notice we go arpeggio into a little Dorian lick, into this cool slide technique, back to Dorian, half step bend, landing on our root note, minor pentatonic and blues. You could vary it. Give that a try. Be sure to get that jam track, right? Click on that link below. We'll send you that jam track and 5 more. 6 jam tracks for free and the 2 ebooks from Next Level Guitar. It's a great resource. You'll really enjoy it. Give it a try. Don't forget, click that subscribe button. We really appreciate that. It really helps us to keep the content coming. Thanks so much for joining us. Keep up that hard work on that guitar. It gets easier with time. You can do it. Remember, your playing is an evolution. And I'll see you in the next lesson.